Let's queer up the worldview. Iraq requires media companies to use term sexual deviance instead of homosexuality. Iraq's official media regulator ordered all media and social media companies operating in the Arab state not to use the term homosexuality and instead to say sexual deviance. The Iraqi Communications and Media Commission, CMC, said in a statement that the use of the term gender was also banned. It prohibited all phone and internet companies licensed by it from using the term in any of their mobile applications. A government spokesperson said a penalty for violating the rule had not yet been set, but could include a fine. Iraq does not explicitly criminalize gay sex, but loosely defined morality clauses in its penal code have been used to target members of the LGBTQ+ community. Major Iraqi parties have in the past 2 months stepped up criticism of LGBTQ+ rights, with rainbow flags frequently being burned in protests by Shiite Muslim factions opposed to the recent Quran burnings in Sweden and Denmark. More than 60 countries criminalize gay sex, while same-sex sexual acts are legal in more than 130 countries. Anti-LGBTQ+ rhetoric is prevalent in Iraq, with the head of the nationalist Cedrus movement, Muqtada al-Sadr, repeatedly making dangerous remarks about the queer community. He once tweeted that gay people were to blame for the pandemic and Mpox, which he referred to as gaypox. You know whose fault this is? This is Trump's fault, okay? At the end of the day, this is Trump's fault. And I know it sounds crazy that something like that will get all the way to Iraq, who have for many years marginalized many people and have treated women like second-class citizens, and I can go on and on and on, right? But Trump opened that door for other leaders to be hate, to just have hate, to spew hate, and to allow that. And now this has come all the way to this. Now, as a journalist, John, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it shows that they're using media and they're using language. Read your Orwell. They're narrowing the language, how you can discuss it, and making it be phrased so that you can. The way they require you to phrase it pre-presumes how you will feel. Yeah. There is no way to say positive way. There's no way to say gay. There's no way to say not even deviance. Deviance. Yeah. It's frightening as a journalist because the people who are going to use this, sure, there are going to be people on social media, but it's going to crack down on the journalists, the people who disseminate the information. They're the ones who are going to say it and be prosecuted, or not say it and allow ignorance and hate to spread, which goes against everything every journalist, true journalist everywhere stands for.
So, the great thing about all this, and I love what you said as the journalist side, but that's as the educator side, words matter. Deviant. The moment that you are allowed to utilize the word deviant, nothing positive is of deviant. And so when you utilize a class of people, or you want to utilize that you are deviant, you are negative, you are less than, you are not
You're
a part
saying bad. You're basically saying bad.
You're just basically bad. And then also that they don't define what gay sex is in laws. However, they know what it is. They know if you break the law, what you did. So again, I'm not going to say what it is, but however, if you do same gender sex, I'm sure they have it a little bit more illustrated, worded, you're going to jail. So it's, again, the hypocrisy of you can't do it, I'm not going to define it, but you know when you're wrong because you get to go to jail. The craziness, and I do agree with you that Trump, by these so many hate crimes of hate speeches that leaders provide, other folks are watching. Yeah. And if you can get away with it there, guess what? I can do it here, because where else are you going to run? You think about it, this country was built on people who migrated from one place to the next. And so we were supposed to be the safe haven. Well, if the safe haven is the new home of hate, where can anyone go?
I'm going to Iraq.
It strikes me there's not a lot of sunshine between this Iraq legislation and legislation in Florida that we were discussing earlier, criminalizing transgender people using restrooms in schools. We're not that far down the road. So the United States really needs to make a decision on where we want to find fellowship around the globe and internationally. Do we want to find fellowship with nations that advance and protect democracy and personal freedoms? Or do we want to find fellowship with authoritarians and nations that promote government censorship and dictate what you can say, what you can do, how you can think? It's a real question we have to answer as a nation.
Yeah.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out television network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.